If you or someone you know has diabetes, you may have built up an extra supply of test strips and lancets. That's where we come in. We'll buy the supplies that you don't need and resell them to those in need to prevent waste. Help us make diabetes management more affordable. Visit us at teststripswithaz.com.
All right, we have Tateki Matsuda on the show. He returns to action January 25th, the main event of Cage Titans 47. He's going to take on Kin Moy. Happy to have Mr. Tateki Matsuda on the show, and might I add, what a fantastic setup you have here. Very professional.
Thank you so much. I'm doing my best.
There you go. Do you do podcasting or some sort of production? Talk about how you got this set up.
Oh, it's just yeah, that's my plan, but not like a podcast. So, but I try to build my community, especially in Japan, and I have a huge project. So yeah, see what happens in the future.
That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
looking forward to this fight. This is a huge card. Cage Titans 47. They're not messing around. This is probably, as far as talent goes, the best card they've ever put together, in my opinion. And you're at the top of the marquee. What does that mean to you to kick off 2020, be the main event on such a huge card like this?
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing from everybody. I'm so glad to get the abbreviation from the MMA fans, but the fight is fight, main event of the first fight of the night, like same, I just do my best, bring it to the show in the cage, and yeah, I'm ready. I'm very excited.
You returned to the New England MMA scene last year. I was actually at your fight in January of last year when you beat Josh Ricci by unanimous decision. And then you come back at CES 57. About 6 months later, you get another unanimous decision win. So that's 2 wins in a row since you got back onto the New England MMA scene. Do you feel rejuvenated being back here in New England?
To be honest with you, finally I start feeling more comfortable. Because I used to be enemy at everywhere in the New England, in my home country, Japan, and especially my last 2 fights. My fans, Tateki is back. Like I felt the good energy from everybody. So I just keep my momentum going, and yeah, see what happens on January 25th.
It's good to have that support. It's good to be loved, especially when you're, about to get into a cage with another person and throw punches and might get punched in the face. It's nice to have that positive reinforcement, right?
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're here. I wanted to ask you about something because I was very surprised to watch a recent interview with Kin Moy, and he had some not so great things to say about you. There's this whole hashtag RecTech thing going on. He says you're a bully and all these things. Where does this bad blood, did this surprise you as much as it surprised me and a lot of other people?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I don't follow his social media. I focus on my, my training, my clients, and my community. And but one of my great teammates, Rob Font, he paused, and because he's my close friend, and I've been training with him almost like 10 years. And I saw his post and then recognized he kind of reply instead of me doing so. And I just like found out that hashtag, and this is why everybody said, Tech, did you hear that? Did you hear, like, last couple of weeks? That's all I hear from my friends and teammates, and I had no idea. But yeah, was it yesterday? And then I found Rob's post, and then like, oh, okay, So but sorry, that's not my thing, I actually appreciate Mr. Moy doing, the promotion outside of the cage, My focus is my job in the cage. So yeah, that's my honest opinion.
Yeah, I was talking to Mitch Raposo yesterday, and I we were just kind of shooting the breeze, doing an interview, and I asked him about that. I'm like, what do you think of this? And he said that Tateki's like the nicest guy in the world. I can't imagine anybody saying anything bad about him. So he feels that maybe Kin's looking for a little bit of a
Little
chip
direct.
on his shoulder. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to find something to motivate him. Do you agree with that? He's just sort of looking for something to fire him up a little bit more.
I mean, yeah, Mitch is a great guy. Personally, I would say like if you want to see like a real cage fighters main event, like come over to the Lazon's MMA every Saturday, and me and Mitchy like help each other, train each other, like makes little fireworks. It's pretty same. Hopefully, yeah. New England cartel and the Broadway Yakuza take over all the MMA scene. That's my motivation.
What does it mean to you to be part of this New England cartel? I like how that's starting to take off a little bit more. You got Font and Cater and Costa and all those guys. Now you got Raposo. He says he's the phenom of the New England cartel. You guys are building up quite a community over there.
Yeah, I mean, like the word itself is kind of bad, so I try to. I'm a little hesitant to use the word like Yakuza because that's like very serious in Japan. But since like I'm from Japan, like Yakuza got caught a wave and then like kind of joking around and just bring it to the show and the thing is, the baddest man is our manager Tyson Carrier because he takes care of all my fear in the New England. So just saying.
Yeah, Tyson is a bad man. That is a bad man right there.
Yeah.
The things he said doesn't really matter. You're not really focused on the social media stuff and the trash talk doesn't really bother you. You're not really worried about that. But in terms of the matchup itself, from a stylistic perspective, I mean, obviously it's a main event. It's a really cool thing. Plymouth Memorial Hall is just such a cool place to fight at. How do you like this matchup with Kin from a stylistic perspective?
Since he wants to fight with me, I'm just cool. I accept the fight and just let's do it. And he's a great fighter. He can fight on the feet and in the ground, and so do I. And I hope he brings his best. And then same here. Let's see who's better.
Is there something you think, I mean, you've been around, you've been with the UFC, you've been with Pancrase, you've been with Legacy. I mean, you've been with a lot of major promotions, not just in New England, but outside of New England. So you bring a lot of different kinds of experience to this fight. How big of a factor do you think that's going to be on January 25th?
Yeah, I don't know. Does Cage Islands broadcast the fight show online somewhere? I'm not sure. Like like a promotion televised, but like inside of the cage, to me, everything's the same, But my part of my emotional part is I used to fight for the Cage Titans. I used to hold their title, so feel like I'm going back, where I started, and so I'm very excited to show my best performance, and I wanna steal the show, like because I was almost 10 years ago, like years ago. So I'm pretty sure the audience is, next generation, like a different generation. So like, oh, who's this guy? But like, someone like maybe his daddy said like, oh no, he used to fight for the Cage Titans or whatever, that could happen. So I'll take his back and and I do my best and get the victory and he came back. Like that's what I want to hear the day of the fight.
Is it a nostalgic feeling for you, being like, man, does it feel like a throwback? Do you feel like 10 years younger right now, getting ready to head back in there?
I mean, that's how you like because you asked me and then like I tried to bring my emotional part as much as I could, and that's the word, yeah. I feel like that's very nostalgic, and actually I never lose the I never lost a fight. Let's go LFG.
Yeah, I think the last time you fought for them, you fought Johnny Campbell, right? 2015.
Yeah, something like yeah. So not that long time ago, but
Still a long time.
I remember that. Yeah.
5 years, jeez Louise. So You don't strike me as a prediction guy or a guy that says I'm going to go out there and knock him out in the first round. You don't really strike me as that kind of a guy, and your reputation doesn't really strike me in that way as well. So obviously you're not going to say that Kin's going to beat you on January 25th, but how do you see yourself getting it done? And I guess the more important question is, what do you hope to accomplish from a martial artist perspective on January 25th against Kin Moy in the main event?
Okay, so all I would say is I'm gonna show what I have, okay? And I don't let him show at all. What about that? Does it make sense?
It does make sense.
Yeah. And no mistake. Just do my things, and I'm gonna win. Very simple.
Very simple. I like that.
Yeah.
Saturday sparring at Lausanne MMA. How many more of those are you going to do before this fight? Because you mentioned it. It's very legendary over there. You and Mitch are going to go at it. You have your Saturdays. It's a legendary morning at Lausanne MMA. Are you going to do like this Saturday and not do next Saturday? How's that going to work out in preparation for this fight?
I mean, if I promote that, like, Joe would be happy, but like, Porvia won't be happy. So, what am I gonna say? But nothing disrespect to the Kin Moy, but like, me and Mitch is just like having like a really exciting like a sparring exchange. So I thought that's yeah.
How excited are you to see where Mitch can go in this sport? Because, he's got a reputation here in New England, but now he's getting some attention outside of New England as well. He's one of the, nationally, he's one of the bright prospects in the sport right now at 125 and 135. As a teammate and as a sparring partner of his, how excited are you to see where he goes?
Oh yeah, like I'm very excited for his talent. I wish I would have that like athleticism and then experience at his age. And after I beat the Kin Moy, and then I want him to take over the old Cage Titans, and and then just go where his fate is, and that's it.
Exciting stuff. And last thing for me, I appreciate the time on this Friday morning. What are the goals you have set for yourself in the fight game for 2020? We're not looking past Kin Moy. We're not looking past January 25th, but what kinds of goals, what kinds of things do you want to accomplish this year in fighting?
Always personal growth. The fighting, martial art itself is my teacher. And I want to keep challenging against the hardship, whatever the things in front of me. And I want to build my strong resilience and just keep going. And I want to share these experiences and my knowledge from my past and academic scene, and I would like to share both with my people, and that's my 2020 goal, and I would say like this is my lifetime goal.
I like it, man. Tateki Matsuda returns to action in a little over 2 weeks' time. January 25th, main event of Cage Titans 47, taking on Kin Moy. If you can't make it out to Plymouth Memorial Hall, you can watch all the action on Flow Combat. Tateki, appreciate the time, man. Before we let you go, let the folks know where they can follow you on social media. Any shout-outs, anything else you want to get off your chest, the floor is yours.
Okay, please come find me at Tateki Matsuda, TATEKI TECH Matsuda MATSUDA.com, and I'll see you there.
Awesome. All the best to you. Thank you for the time. Happy New Year, Tateki, and we'll see you in Plymouth January 25th.
Yeah, like that's what I want to say after my fight. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, because I've been in the fight camp, so I missed my holidays.